buckle up,
because it's gonna be a long ride.
it's gonna be a wild ride.
Nobody cares, but we're gonna tell you anyways.
This is Popcorn Chats.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to a very special episode of Popcorn Chats. I'm MICHAE.
And I'm Katie.
And cheers to 2 years, bitches. It's our 2-year anniversary episode, if you can't tell by the title.
And it is our 100th episode.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
That's so fun. How great that fell like that.
I know. That's
love that.
insane. We've done this 100 times.
And
101.
actually one, because that recording.
That Jennifer Lawrence episode was fucking botched, but we don't
Yeah.
have to talk about it. Like, it's just crazy. Because, like, this is not easy.
Because it's like hard.
This is hard fucking work. We're not getting that much out of it.
No, except our own like personal enjoyment, pretty much, and like
attention.
Yeah, and like a good project for us.
Yeah, but it's not like we're rolling in cash.
No,
I don't know. I hate bragging, but I just feel like some people wouldn't last as long as we have.
I agree though,
and we're just better than everybody else. Like, straight the fuck up. No,
I mean, like you say you're kidding, but like.
Some days I'm just like, damn, like we really are out here like with a whole show by ourselves and a whole brand too.
Yeah.
Like, can I just say,
yes.
shout out to LYLAS, because that has become a universal term. Not a universal, but in my circle,
it's
universal. Everywhere like I work, everyone says LYLAS. Like, we've crafted a brand around that.
Yeah. And it really is just like in our everyday vocabulary.
It really is.
It has so many different meanings to us.
Yeah. And it's for all. It's
Yeah.
so inclusive because it doesn't have to be love you like a sister. But I feel like sisterly love is what we kind of like proclaim on this pod. And we try to like send out like, you guys are like our siblings, our sisters, our fam bam.
Yeah.
It can be siblings. It can be, I've said before, sex friends, significant others. Literally anyone. It applies.
Yeah.
Shout out LYLAS. I feel like that little tidbit has really accelerated this year.
I agree. I feel like we leaned into it more.
We did.
And I feel like we leaned in, like we kind of found our like niche a little bit more this year.
Yeah.
We did more of a balance of like funny episodes with like serious episodes, but even our serious ones, I feel like they still kind of maintained an air of lightness.
Right.
Because we're not actual film critics.
Right.
We just like talking about movies and TV.
I think just knowing the assignment and coming into your own.
Yeah.
And really, just settling into what you are and knowing what your viewers are here for. Viewers/listeners in this case. I'm just proud of us. Once again, this year has been a rocky road city, but we have navigated and managed to put out an episode pretty much every week. Bitch!
I'm so sorry, it's my dad. Can I answering this real quick? I don't know why he's calling.
All right, well, should we pop the champagne or Ruski?
Yeah, why don't you pop it?
Oh, okay. Do you want to say a few words while I work on this here bottle? Literally no. That's another thing that has really developed this year. Our singing.
I agree.
It's getting out of hand.
Should we do a quick check-in actually while you do that?
Sure.
Check-in. How are we?
How are you?
I'm scared. I'm scared of the variant.
Oh my god. I'm scared for so many reasons.
I'm genuinely, and I know we can talk about this off camera, but I'm genuinely rethinking like New Year's Eve, like if I want to go to a party, because I just like, I don't know. My grandma and grandpa both have COVID right now because they went to like, because they went to like family Christmas, like their side with their siblings and stuff, their Christmas. And now they both have COVID. And I've just been seeing so much on the news just about like how horrible it is right now. And that's making me like scared once again. Oh, are we going to pop?
Hold for pop.
Ah! Yay,
oh my god. Cute. Bitches. Oh.
Yay.
Fuck you, Omicron. You can't kill our vibe.
I know. We're still partying.
We are still thriving. 2-year anniversary. I'm so fucking proud of us, bitch. In all seriousness. Fucking LYLAS.
Fucking LYLAS.
I'm so proud of us.
We gotta do a little cheer.
I love you.
Wait, my bubbles have to die down first because I will literally explode. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cute
I love
LYLAS.
you.
I love you too.
So much.
Oh my god. That guys, you just caught us saying I love you. We don't say that.
It's only on special occasions.
Lovely.
Crispy. Okay, back to you.
Anyway, that's it. Like, that's really my only check-in thing. But I am done with work now for the rest of the year, which is just great. I mean, I'm done with, like, actual paid I get paid in other things. But, well, that's not weird. My regular, like, 9-to-5 job, I'm done with for the rest of the year. So that's awesome. So then I just have a lot of time to then work on other projects over the next week and a half and enjoy Christmas. So I'm excited.
Good for you, girl.
Yeah. But Katie has a lot of news now.
Sort of, yeah. So I'm in the second week of my jobby job, and it's going fairly well. I kind of suck at what I'm doing, but I'm learning. And I'm stressed and scared, but it's fun. It's fine. And then I just put a deposit on an apartment out in Los Angeles, and I'm poor. And my job is commission based, so it's kind of like I might be in the debtor's prison within this upcoming year. So, like, say a fucking prayer is really what I'm trying to say. Because here's the thing. It's either going to be really, really good or really bad. Not really bad, but, like, my parents might have to bail me out. And I already owe them a bunch of money. So that's just going to, like, stack up.
Yeah. Then are you in fear of them just being like, you're done?
Yeah.
You're cut off. What is that from?
Pitch Perfect.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's really like uncertain times, just a lot. Like, I'm scared of the climate crisis. I'm scared of COVID, obviously, and people like not getting fucking vaccinated. It's just really fucking annoying because that's why we have to keep fucking dealing with this shit.
Like, where's the end? That's where I'm trying to get. It's like literally where's the end?
I think like we're literally going to be dealing with this for forever, but it's just going to progressively get like better. Like this Omicron variant, if we get it, we're not going to die. Like,
no, but
don't the want only the people who are COVID. Yeah, but the only people who are like dying and going to the hospital are people who are unvaccinated. These variants keep coming out because people aren't getting fucking vaccinated. I
would have such a hard time if I was in the healthcare field right now, like those nurses and doctors, with all those people coming in who didn't do what they were supposed to. Yeah. And now they're like putting themselves at risk for you. I'd have a very hard time with that. But that's why I'm not a healthcare professional.
Yeah. Thank you to all the healthcare workers. If you're listening, literally LYLAS. We hope that we can bring some positivity and some light. But yeah, I don't know. The world is just scary. My financial situation is a bit scary, and just moving across the country away from like my life is here. I have really good friends out in California, and I do feel like that's where I need to be. But you're here, my family's here, my girlfriend is here, like my best friends are here. It's a little spooky, scary, but I'm just more excited than scared. And it's like a good scared. It's like I'm on the precipice of something great. I hope next year when we're recording our 3-year anniversary, I'm not like looking back on this and being like, bitch, fucking trash.
I don't think so. Really, like what the worst that happens, you go out there, you spend a year there with your lease, and then if you're unhappy, you don't like it, then you figure out something else from there.
Yeah, so true, bestie.
So think of it as like a year trial run.
Yep, it's a trial. You're so right.
What do we want to jump into first?
Okay, well, I was thinking we could talk about some of our favorite episodes of the year 2021. This segment is called Hyping Ourselves Up and talking about our favorite episodes.
Okay, should we ping pong? You go first?
Sure. So this will just all be like 3 in 1. But we had more guests on the pod this year, which we were hoping to do. And I loved having guests. We had my sister Erin on for a Mamma Mia episode. We had Shelby, my future roomie, LYLAS, on for an episode early in the year. We had Meredith and Andrew, two beloved filmmakers that we love, talking about their film, The Promise of the Butterfly, early in the year. One of my favorite guests that we had on was also early in the year this year was the lady, our friend from high school, and we talked about the Cheetah Girls too. That episode was so fun. Yeah. And that night was just fun, like catching up, the three of us on Zoom.
I think genuinely that is one of the best recording experiences we've ever had.
Yeah, that was really fun and really nice to like reconnect with her. And that episode I go back and listen to when I'm like in a bad mood because it's just funny.
It was just fun to talk with her. I agree. I love that one. Loved all of our like ones with our guests because it's just fun. Like you and I just have like a flow kind of built down, and then it's fun. We can bring a third person in. Yeah. So I had. This is just going to be all, but again, I highlighted Cheetah Girls 2 and High School Musical 2, but just all of the drunk Disneys. Those are just fun ones for Katie and I to film. One, because they're fun movies to go back and watch. Two, they don't require a lot of thought, so it's nice on busier weeks when we can just kind of do these episodes that we know are fun and turn out good, but they don't require a ton of work to go into them. And it's just fun to get together and drink and talk about these movies.
Yeah, and our High School Musical 2 episode did really well on TikTok, and Martha commented, and that was like the highlight of the fucking year.
Yeah, that was truly our peak so far.
Yeah, that was one of like the biggest moments for us.
Yeah, which she didn't reply when then I said if she wanted to come on to talk about 3. We haven't heard yet. It's fine. Martha, the offer is still pending.
Yeah, pending offer, pending contract sign. I also really liked our Lindsay Lohan career breakdown. I felt like I really thrived in that episode. I felt like I just knew my shit and really brought it that day. And I feel weird like bragging about myself, but I just personally liked my performance in that episode. And I fucking love Lindsay Lohan so much.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah. I'm glad that you got to do that episode. I like that we just have full control, that we can really just do whatever makes us happy.
Yes.
Another early one was the Bridgerton episode at the beginning of the year. I loved that one because it was I think we, first of all, had a great conversation, like an actual kind of like intellectual discussion about the show, but we also had like our comedy blended in. And it just overall, I feel like was a strong episode for the two of us. And I really liked that recording experience.
Yeah. I also really liked that viewing experience this year. Yeah. That's one of my favorite shows to come out of this year. Really enjoyable. Very us show to cover. I'm glad we covered it for the pod.
I agree.
This is another like big grouping. I really liked our Women's Month that we did in March. And particularly since my birthday is in March, we talked about Little Women. That's my favorite movie. That's my favorite movie of all time. And I loved that episode as well.
I really liked that we did that month.
Yeah.
It was great. 50 Shades episode, again.
I have that on mine too.
Okay, good. Because again, it was just like, it was enjoyable for us to talk about. It was enjoyable to watch. Yes. And again, I think it was like another good blend of our episodes of having like an actual discussion about these movies, but also like just kind of leaning into more of being like, it's okay to like bad movies.
The transition.
And I really like that we have done that more this year of acknowledging that it's like okay to enjoy bad movies and not every single movie that you watch and like has to be critically acclaimed.
Right.
And I liked that we started to own that.
Yeah. Especially I feel like I had a big transition there. And kind of dropped my whole snobby film school attitude. You know, stopped being so cynical and angry at the world.
Yeah. LYLAS.
Literally. Okay, now I'm going to talk about some tragic but memorable ones. So these are not my favorite episodes, but they're just tragic and incredibly memorable this year. The 3 that come to mind, Kissing Booth 3, that movie literally brought me to fucking tears. It was so god awful. Like, we were just saying that certain films are like bad and that's okay. That this film was bad and not okay.
Yeah.
And everyone involved should be sued in a class action lawsuit, except Jacob Elordi. He should be acquitted.
Yeah, because I think he hated it just as much as we did.
Yeah. And then Radio Rebel, again, fucking botched. Drunk Disney has seen so much better. And apologize for that episode right now. I'm apologizing. Sorry. Pre-gaming Applebee's, once again, that was another tragic episode. We did not prepare for it at all, and there's literally no content.
What it sounds like.
We were pre-gaming going to fucking Applebee's after, like, we both got vaccinated, and it's, like, right before my huge dramatic life event that, like, sent me into a downward spiral this year.
Yeah.
And then an upward spiral.
Yeah.
So it's just tragic all around, but memorable.
But memorable. Yes, I totally agree. I do think some of those episodes, while not the best, they need to be accounted
always remember
for. Yes.
Also, he's all that. Fuck that movie.
Oh my god. Literally, stop.
This is your tape. Addison Rae.
This is your fucking tape. I only have 2 more left that I just chose to highlight. Another one is Fast 9, because I think I just enjoyed that day in general. I loved going to the theater together. I loved watching the movie. Then I loved coming back and talking about it. And I think we had a good balance on that, which is me being a fan of that and overlooking horror things in it, where you watching it are like, this is enough.
Like Charlize Theron shit in the box.
Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it was a funny episode. It was entertaining to make, and I think it just showed our balance well.
Mm-hmm. I don't have any more, so you go.
Okay, and the last one was The Last Duel, because again, I think the experience of making it was fun. It was fun going to the theater and then coming back and recording it fresh off the movie. We like doing that, watching the movie and then being able to record right after. And also, that is like a serious movie, but I felt like we made it a lighthearted episode. I mean, obviously taking caution with some of the contents of that movie, but I think we tried to make it as lighthearted as possible. Mm-hmm. And we had some like funny one-liners in there as well.
Yeah,
botched. Which I like. So yes. Yeah, those are all my favorite episodes that we made.
Okay, now we're gonna move on into a segment that I call Botched or Beautiful, where we break down some of the releases that we may have covered, may not have covered on the pod this year, film releases, and we're gonna say if they were botched or beautiful.
Okay.
So
should we do botched or beautiful, and then at the end we'll say what our favorites
were?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Malcolm and Marie. Beautiful. We're gonna say beautiful, obviously.
We loved that.
Moxie.
I'd go like middle ground.
Yeah.
It's not beautiful. It's not botched. I'd say it kind of falls in between. I liked our episode because we had real world experience to tie back into that. Mm-hmm. But I'd say the movie as a whole, like middle ground.
Yeah, I definitely haven't returned.
No, and I don't think I ever will. It's not one that I'll rewatch in the future. Billie Eilish, The World's a Little Blurry.
That is beautiful. And I cried.
Shiva Baby.
Love. Beautiful.
Okay, Fear Street franchise. Watch these. Beautiful. But which one? Like, is your pick?
I'd say one. I'd say the first one, part 1. I love the third one, but it's just really traumatic for me.
I'd go third. Sweet Girl. Oh my god, wait, I've seen this.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Jason.
Go check out our live reaction to Sweet Girl and the Fear Street franchise. And soon, Hannah Montana. Sorry, it's taking me fucking forever, but I'm busy. Yeah.
Malignant. I did not see that. I couldn't watch it by myself.
Yeah. Looking back, I'd say beautiful. It was good. It was a fun watch.
Tick, Tick, Boom. What's that?
Beautiful. It's a musical, so you would hate.
Okay.
Directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda, about the guy who wrote Rent. That's all I need to
know. The Unforgivable. Is that
That's the one with Sandra Bullock. I haven't finished it.
Okay, I haven't watched that yet, but I want to.
I'll say beautiful for now.
I'm excited to watch it. I love Sandy. You're the one that I want.
You are the one I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Nomadland. Botched.
I didn't want to.
Thank you. To All the Boys, Always and Forever. Beautiful.
I enjoyed.
Yeah.
That was good.
We did an episode on that one and it was fun.
Yeah.
The World to Come. I'm going to say beautiful, but also botched because lesbians never get a happy ending. The Woman in the Window.
Middle ground. Again, I'd put it middle.
Yeah. Cruella.
Oh, I'd go beautiful. I liked that.
I didn't see it.
It was good.
Yeah.
Okay, I literally think it's safe to say that I did not see as many. I started seeing more new releases when they started coming back out in theaters, but Fast 9, beautiful. But here's the thing. I live by myself. I don't have a significant other, and I feel like that's a lot of the thing that you do, like, when you're with like, when I was living at home, my parents every single week would be like, what new movie should we watch?
Yeah.
So we'd watch movies together. Or, like, if I had a boyfriend, like, what would we do? And I would watch a movie. But I literally live by myself. So I'm not just going to, like, pick up a random movie normally by myself.
So the majority of things that we chose to watch this year were beautiful. However, Dune, botched.
Botched. Fucking botched. That, like, the more I think about it, the angrier I am.
And we were highly anticipating that shit.
Yeah.
What a fucking luck.
Because I was hoping for, like, Star Wars. And
I think we're, like, unpopular opinion with that. Like, I know a lot of people really liked it.
No, I think people who liked it are lying.
Okay.
I think they're choosing to be then like, oh, what, you didn't like it? Oh, that's because you don't understand it. Yeah. Favorite releases, though, of 2021?
Yeah. Okay, so the other day, I watched my favorite film to come out of this year. Maybe besides Fear Street, because I fucking love Fear Street.
More Than Spencer?
Yeah, More Than Spencer. I loved this film. It's called The Novice, directed by Lauren Hadaway, starring Isabel Fuhrman, who is Esther in Orphan. So Michaela is unable to watch this film, unfortunately. See our Orphan episode from way, way back on the origin of that trauma. But anyways, this was the best film I've seen in a really long time. Cinematography was insane. Her performance was insane, incredible. The score is incredible. I fucking loved it. It's like a typical sports movie that you would think would be like inspiring, you know, how like Miracle is and Rudy and Remember the Titans, but it's like horror. Like it's, or not horror, but like it's like a thriller. And you're not like rooting for her to succeed. You're like, Is she a bad person in it? No, she's a good person, but she's just like very extreme and intense. And like destroying her body to be the best.
Like Black Swan.
Yep. Very similar to Black Swan. It was incredible. So if you haven't seen it, it's available on Amazon Prime.
I had 4 that were standouts for me. So Shadow and Bone, the TV show on Netflix that we covered. I love that book series. And I thought that the TV show was just fantastic. Like, as a fan of the books, I personally thought that the show did a very good job of incorporating the entire world and like completely building it out on screen. I just loved it, and I'm feeling a rewatch this winter of it because I need my Kaz Brecker back in my life. Fast 9, only because I've been a huge fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. No, it is not my favorite of that franchise. It would actually probably be towards the bottom, but again, I will pretty much take whatever I can get out of those. Like, it's enjoyable for me. House of Gucci, my most anticipated release of this year, lived up to my expectations. Loved it. Give Adam his Oscar, please and thank you. And lastly, this one I had kind of forgotten about, and then when I saw it, I was like, that was really good. And the Forever Purge.
Yeah.
Like, it was really good. And I feel like it kind of got forgotten about, maybe because it's the 5th Purge. Like, it's the 5th movie, and it was
a summer release. Like, they should have released it in October.
Yeah, it was a summer release, and it was just kind of when the movie theaters were starting to open back up, so they like weren't really open. But it was great, and like looking back, I think there's not a bad Purge movie.
Right.
So
that was a fun watch day too, because we went there.
Because we went together. Yeah. So those were my favorite of 2021.
Yeah, I would also say Spencer is one of my favorites of 2021, obviously. Love You, Miss Kristen, and Fear Street is a standout.
I did really enjoy Fear Street too.
Yeah.
Especially that first and third one. Like, the second one was good too, but the first and the third were just like knockouts.
Memorable, like they stick with you.
Like, even now just thinking about the third, like I want to go back and watch it again now, just thinking about it.
And those movies are very like stand out for me this year just because they really like got us a lot of attention on our YouTube channel when we were reacting to those, and it was really fun like adding more of you guys to the fam bam and interacting with you guys on there. So. Yeah. All right. Another segment we're going to move into for this fun special episode is top 5 ships of all time. So we've been wanting to talk about our favorite ships. And we were thinking of dedicating an entire episode to it. Maybe someday we will, but we're thinking right now we're just going to stick with a short little segment in this episode. So let's do it. We're talking about top 5 ships of all time.
This was so hard.
I did mine really quick, and I feel like they're botched, but
it was hard to narrow down. And again, I feel like I'm missing people, but you know, it is what it is.
Right. I'm going to think of somebody in bed tonight and be like, fuck me.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'm going to sound stupid when I say so-and-so, but...
Yeah, right. So in no particular order, why don't you start us off?
Okay. In no particular order, let's kick it off with Chandler and Monica. A great ship. So I do love Friends. And I remember when I had first ever watched it, I was in like college, I think, was the first time that I had ever watched it through. And I didn't know that Chandler and Monica were like a couple because I had never seen the show. Like all the way through, I'd only seen like very early episodes. And then when they got together, I was like, this is it. Like, this is it for me. And I love them together. It's very much like opposites attract. And they just really were so iconic. And I love friends to lovers like that. Like, as much as I love enemies to lovers, like, I do think in a show like that, it works really well when they're friends to lovers.
Yeah, and especially when they're so opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chandler and Monica. Chandler and Monica.
Chandler and Monica.
Yeah.
Oh, my eyes. All right. Mm-hmm. Let's start with one of the iconic ones from my past, Santana and Brittany. Y'all know this. See our Glee episode. See our Remembering Naya Rivera. Rest in power, baby. Iconic. The best couple to come out of that show, in my fucking opinion. I don't think I have anything else to say. I fucking love Santana and Brittany.
Okay.
As friends, as lovers.
Yeah. Glad you had that.
Yeah, me fucking too, damn. Could still be in the closet if it weren't for those two.
I'll throw back with another childhood one, or more like teenage year one, and that's Spoby. Spencer and Toby and Pretty Little Liars.
That's a good one, bitch.
Right.
Oh my god.
Right.
Hot.
Okay. If you watched Pretty Little Liars and if you didn't love Spoby, I don't know what you were doing, because they were the hottest couple on that show. And
Dream threesome. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I would fucking wow.
Yeah.
Girl, that was a good one.
I loved both of their characters. And if there was one couple on that show that I'm like, they need to be together at the end, it was those two. So the fact that it was just kind of left of being like, yeah, we're gonna like see where things go. I'm like, Marlene Gang, I have it out for you. Like all the other shit that you did, I could put aside. But if you don't let me know that they are living happily ever after, that's my 13th reason. So yeah, Spoby. Very formative again.
Yes. Okay, this is a cinematic one. I really love Mia and Sebastian from La La Land. I know they don't ultimately end up together. Spoiler alert. I think they're iconic. I love their story. I love how they help each other along in life, and it's really, I appreciate it because films don't always show the relationships that like build us and kind of like take us to where we need to be, even though they're not like our forever person. These people are still like very important in our lives, and it's one of my favorite relationships to watch over and over again on screen. I never get sick of it. I cry every time. It's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying thank you every time.
Thank you for listening. Next, I have another formative one from my childhood, still strong to this day, and that's Penis. Peta and Katniss from the Hunger Games.
Bitch, I did not know what you were talking about.
I love Peta and Katniss so much. I loved them in the book. Probably the only blonde book boyfriend that I've ever gotten on board for. And honestly, I don't think anyone will ever top him. I loved them. And again, it's like kind of the one situation where I look at like a love triangle and I'm like, yeah, go with the like nice guy option. Because I feel like I love the toxic love. They're just really so iconic. And also like she's kind of the more dominant one, which I really like. I think a lot of actually the ships that I have, like the women are the more dominant ones, which we like here. Yeah. So, and they really were like a cultural moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Another love triangle.
Iconic. Yeah. Like the
not as toxic
2000s.
as Twilight. Yeah, I had them on mine too. So
okay.
I'll just
Sorry
piggyback.
to steal your thunder.
No, it's all good. I'll piggyback off of that. I love Peta and Katniss, and I don't think I have anything else to say in regards to that.
Okay. Diving into the next one, I have Dom and Letty. I don't think they have couple name, but when I tell you, when I first saw that Letty died in the 4th movie, spoiler alert, but not really, kind of, I was so upset. And I was like, Vin Diesel, it's on site. And then when they brought her back in the 6th one, I was like, you knew what you were doing. Because they are just the like prime example, I feel, to me, of having like that mutual love and respect for a person, like just as a person to person, but then also like that deep love translating to a romantic love.
Okay.
Like I think before all things, they just truly have such a respect for one another, which I really love. I love that Letty is not allowed, that sounds bad, but Letty can be her full self with Dom and like be in these risky situations, and he's not going to be like, no, I need to protect you, go sit on the sideline, because he did that once and it didn't work out. So he's like, you know what? This is you. Yeah. Boo, boo. I love them. They have so many iconic little like stolen moments and like secret glances in the Fast and Furious franchise, and I'm obsessed with them forever and ever. I love their moment in 6 when she like doesn't remember who he is and he's explaining all her scars on her body and how like they got them together. Bitch.
Yeah, that's wild. That's some crazy shit.
Some epic love.
Okay, moving on to another one. Lori and Joe from Miss Little Women. I know that, again, they don't end up together.
Which I still watch the movie and expect a different end every fucking time.
I don't know. I just really love their friendship, and then like how they go through the years together. It's again just like that mutual understanding of each other and growing up together and following each other through like your different life periods, and the fact that they ultimately figure it out and how to coexist, I love and appreciate, and I'm just glad that they are not enemies by the end of it.
But do wish they were lovers. I do, at least.
I think they would be unhappy as lovers, to be honest. I think Joe is right in that little scene. Better as friends, and Lori has just never like had as good of a friend as Joe, and so he mistakes it for soulmate and like true love, and I think they're an example of like soulmates as friends. Yeah. Platonic soulmates. Platonic life partners.
Okay.
And then they achieve that because he marries her sister.
They really do.
So I like that relationship and how it unfolds. And it is kind of flawed and uncertain whether they made the right choice or not, but that is life.
I feel like they didn't, but that's fine. I was just so certain that they were going to be together. I just feel like they were supposed to be together. Anyways, my last one and my ultimate. This is so funny.
We said it in no particular order.
I know, but I feel like this is kind of my ultimate one. Although I feel like it's kind of they're like two different Star Wars ships, but I did pick Reylo, which is Rey and Ben Solo / Kylo Ren. They didn't end up together, but I know that they did. I know that, you know what, J.J. Abrams, it's on site. It's on fucking site, because I will never be okay with the end of Rise of Skywalker. You just butchered Kylo Ren's storyline, and you can't tell me shit. Rian Johnson wrote us into a corner. Fuck you. And you know what? They just were, from the moment that they interacted in The Force Awakens, I was like, this is some different kind of shit. I don't even necessarily, like, they even kissed in Rise of Skywalker, and honestly, I didn't even want that. Like, I didn't need that. It's, again, just that, like, mutual understanding of who the other person is as a whole, and knowing every single part of them, the good and the bad, and that they chose to, like, love and respect one another.
Yeah, I felt uncomfy by the kiss.
I didn't like the kiss. I didn't like it, because I feel like their love transcends like romanticism, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, they are my ship.
Touch and sexuality.
Yeah, like I don't see them like hooking up. You okay?
I'm so sorry.
I don't picture them like hooking up, but I picture them like living out life, being partners, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So them, but then also I kind of had like Anakin and Padme in here again, because I love a tragic love. So I think like those two I kind of like lumped in together, because they're kind of like same story a little bit, not really, but I feel like, you know, they both don't end happy. My little Star Wars soul.
I have had this very persistent tickle in my throat for almost 2 weeks.
Is it coronavirus?
No, it's not. Bitch, I'm vaccinated.
You can still get coronavirus.
Well, I don't think it's that. My last one is going to be Sam and Dina / Sarah and Hannah from Fear Street. They are like my new loves of the year. I just really felt a type of way. They just really made me feel something in the trilogy that came out this summer. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt seen. Again, I don't think the trauma is great. I think we need queer stories without violence and trauma directed at them for being queer, but we're on our way with the representation, and they do have a happy ending, thank God.
I was going to say, Sam and Dina at least get the happy ending.
Right. We're going to be doing something called Rating Hate Comments, where we will be rating comments from our haters.
You know what? I haven't seen any of these and I don't want to look yet.
Okay, don't look.
Because I didn't remember that we got much hate comments on there.
These are borderline hate. I don't know. We don't get a lot of hate, but I just thought these were funny and we're going to rate them.
Okay.
So some questionable discourse from our viewers that we are rating.
Okay.
Not necessarily hate comments. We don't get a lot of hate and we'd like to keep it that way. So thank you.
Yeah.
One.
Your fucking mouth.
Do not fucking speak. If you breathe just one syllable, got you like a fish. Comment number 1, we have, so whose, in parentheses, of these two are gay?
That would be that one.
I'm going to rate this 2 out of 5 stars because it's obvious. Well, first of all, neither. And because I'm bi.
Yeah.
And second of all, it's pretty obvious if you just watch the content.
Then I'm a hetero.
Yeah.
But I do agree. I feel like in our comments sometimes it's like you can tell that one's a straight.
Well, like when I say I want to do dirty things to everybody in this movie.
And it's, yeah.
I think we know.
Yeah.
Which one is not.
The LGBTs. Yeah. And I agree. Like, I mean, we were talking about Fear Street, so I get that they were maybe wondering, is one of them gay?
Yeah.
Is that why you're watching these and enjoying them?
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah, I'd rate that like a 2 out of 5. I'd agree with you. Like, that's fine.
Next one from Berger.
Berger.
Y'all do talk a lot sometimes, LOL.
That's kind of the fucking point.
I'm going to rate this 3 out of 5 because true. You have a point, but that is the point of a podcast.
I'm going to rate it a 1 out of 5. Because like, it's not a 0 because yes, you are correct, but that's literally the point. And so let's say that was under a podcast episode. That's literally what you do in a podcast. And if it's under one of the reaction videos, if you want to watch the movie, go watch the movie. Like, we're not streaming the movie on the channel.
Yeah. I'm trying to watch and you guys keep saying things.
It's like, then go on Netflix.
It's like the thing.
So,
not
yeah,
the place.
1 out of 5. And also, you know what? 1.5 because you tacked on LOL.
Okay, we got our notorious sharp man.
Oh my god.
You guys should switch to audio only, period. 5 out of 5.
I fucking forgot about Sharp Man. 5 out of 5.
I am a sharp man stan.
Sharp Man.
Like, I want to meet him.
Yeah.
The fact that you have a name, Sharp Man, and his fucking profile picture is a chihuahua. And you have the nerve to go, and he's commented on multiple things for us. And he has the nerve to be like talking shit about us with the name Sharp Man. But it's like, you just know the brand. Like, I shart on people.
Well, and you know what, Sharp Man? Since you only gave us a chihuahua and a name as reference, I'm building the image of you in my mind. So you know what?
You know what I think he looks like? That dude that Kat like cams for that like has like a small ass dick and is like, yell at me, kid queen.
You know who I was thinking of? Al from Toy Story 2. Al the toy
Chicken Man. Dude, yes.
So you know what, Sharp Man?
I love you.
You know what? That's fucking iconic. And you know what? We have never once, whenever we've made fun of like Joey King and stuff, we've never once claimed that we think that we are like the hottest shit around. So also it's like, you know what? We've never claimed that. So I feel like it's fair
I
that
think there's a Sharp Man in all of us.
Yeah. 5 out of 5. Sharp Man.
Fucking
I forgot.
You. I'm gonna get your
pour one out for Sharp Man.
Your at tatted on my ass.
That's our 3-year episode.
Oh, this is a long one. I can't even fucking read that.
Oh no.
This was a feud that happened.
I remember this, but I have no idea what it was about.
Not you, and I think they're referencing me. Not so I'll just insert my name. Not Katie spoiling the plot twist for McKay. This is the feud that ensued, so we'll just read it back. So, Lofty Lang.
Wait, here, I'll read her. So that way it's a dialogue.
I'm Lofty Lang, and you are going to be
Yesn't. Shut up, she asked. Straight face.
If you're making someone watch something, why would you purposely spoil it knowing that it was supposed to be a plot twist? The friend didn't know. McKay didn't know. The movie was trying to make her think a certain way. That's like spoiling who the killer is in the beginning of a Scream movie. Straight face.
Literally, is it you she spoiled? Why are you so mad if she asks and wasn't bothered? Like, shut the fuck up.
Laugh my ass off. You came at me, ... Also, why would she get mad if she didn't even know she had gotten spoiled? Skull emoji. Your logic is off.
Your logic is off. You sound dumb trying to be mad for someone else. The fuck?
I'm not mad. You seem very worked up. ... Do you need a perhaps?
What?
That is my new back. Do you need a perhaps?
Oh my god.
They're a great way to express yourself without starting a random internet fight where no one is arguing you.
You're the only one typing paragraphs. Clearly you're mad over the video for no reason and mad you were called on it.
Laugh my ass off. Aren't you the one telling me to shut up and using very provocative language? I'm literally laughing that you care so much.
Still typing essays.
What the fuck? They're arguing over me asking you a question
and then me nodding.
Was this part 3? I think I know what this was. Was this on part 3? Was this when I asked you about Solomon?
Did Solomon do it?
Yeah, which I already had that inkling. So here, I was blinded by the long-haired white man in the puffy shirt. In the third movie, I was bamboozled. And I called it in the first movie. I'm like, this dude is up to something. He's behind this. But then in the third movie, he showed up with long hair and a puffy pirate shirt. And I was like, this man can do no wrong.
Yeah.
So then when I started to realize, like, fuck, he is behind. Like, I saw past the hotness. Then I was like, fuck, he's the one behind it. And I asked Katie, like, oh, did he do it? And Katie, like, nodded.
But I didn't spoil anything for you the entire time.
Yeah.
And you kept asking me. It wasn't just like, did Solomon do it? And I was like, yeah. You were like, did he do it?
Did he do it?
And it was about to, like,
happen.
Be told. So.
Yeah, it wasn't like I asked you in the first movie. Like, when I said in the first movie, I'm like, I guarantee he's up to some shit. You didn't say anything.
Yeah. I don't even know why we're fucking wasting our breath on this. This was stupid. This was a dumbass argument.
0 out of 5.
Yesn't. Good for you. Thanks for having our back, girly friend.
Because good for you for sticking up for Katie, because I was not offended.
Yeah, literally, why are you fighting for somebody else?
So,
period. Okay, that's all the hate comments we have time for, because we are perfection and we don't have time for hate. Thank you.
I should have been screenshotting some of mine that I've gotten on my, like, TikTok and stuff to read out. Because TikTok people are fucking mean.
I did go through TikTok, but then there were too many and I just didn't feel like reading.
Tragic.
Okay, so now our last segment of the night is going to be manifesting for our upcoming year in 2022, our third year as Popcorn Chatters, podcasters.
Yeah.
So my first manifestation to the podcast gods, to the girly gods up above. I would like us to have more guests, preferably high profile. No offense to the guests that we've had. I fucking LYLAS and I love you forever and I will cherish those memories that we've made together till the end of time. But I would fucking die if in 2022 we get Sabrina Bryant, Casey Stroh. Someone from the Disney Channel.
We want a Disney Channel star so badly.
Like, I would do really bad things. I would commit a felony.
Yeah.
Low grade felony.
I was going to say, I will literally help myself out to get a Disney star on this podcast.
I would fuck Troy Bolton's dad to get Troy Bolton's dad on the podcast.
Bitch, I would let Troy Bolton's dad do unspeakable things if he doesn't even have to come on. It's just for his and mine enjoyment. But I do want a Disney Channel star really badly. I feel like since we don't have money to offer them, like, the chances are slim, but also can you help people
But
out?
also with me, like, being in LA and my new job, maybe. We'll see. We'll see what we can get. Okay. What about you? Do you have any?
Yes. Well, I kind of did 2 things like that I'm excited for in the future. But this is a manifesting thing. I really hope that our Euphoria episodes do well and, like, that we like make solid episodes to go out. Again, like a good balance of like conversation, but comedy and like keeping it light, but also discussing the show, which is typically very heavy. And I think because we're so excited about those episodes, like I just want them to get out there and I want people to hear them and I just want more people to find us through those episodes. So I'm really hoping for good things with the Euphoria episodes coming soon.
I agree. And I also hope that. Because we've been anticipating that for so long. Like that was some of our first episodes.
Yeah.
That we did for the pod and the reason why we started the podcast.
Yeah.
So I hope that we get a chance to do more live movie reactions because again, those are really fun to make and really fun to interact with you guys on our YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. And going hand in hand with that, I hope we get monetized on YouTube because we are very close.
Yes. I totally agree.
You know your girl needs the money.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. I hope that our live reaction, like I want to keep doing those and I hope that they grow. Also, this is more like of a personal thing. Like we'll keep like numbers to ourselves, but I want to like maybe break some of our past episode records the next year because some of our highest ranking episodes are like the kissing booth ones still are like some of our highest rated ones. And like, great. I'm glad that people loved those and enjoyed us and found us through those. But I would like to see some other episodes like come in and smash those.
Yeah. Okay. This is a big dream. And it might be hard with me like moving and us not being in the same place. But if not this year, I'm manifesting for like the next 5 years to come. I want to do like live shows where we've talked about before, where we like rent out a theater and do like live commentary during a film, like not one that people would want us to like shut the fuck up during, but like we have microphones and we're like talking throughout the film and people laugh. If it's like more of a serious film, we watch it
and then have a discussion,
like a premiere, and then have a discussion with the audience afterwards, which I don't know if there's even a market for that because it's like most people would want to have like a Q&A with the filmmakers or people involved in making the film.
I think that would be so fun though.
Or just live shows in general and like getting to interact with people in person.
Another one, especially with Katie's move coming up and me staying here at least for another year, is just maintaining the stability of the podcast and like keeping the consistency on it when we're both now in different places, different time zones. But just really sticking to it because we've made it through a lot already. So we'll figure out a way to make it through the upcoming transition.
Yes. My last one is kind of funny, but I would like to get in a Twitter feud, preferably with James Corden.
James Corden or Joey King?
I would.
Or Debbie Ryan.
Okay, not Debbie Ryan.
Why?
Because she's friends with the girl who plays Sam. Now I'm like biased.
Oh my God.
But yeah. I would like
James Corden would be
James Corden or Joey King.
Yeah. I feel like Joey King we would just crush her too quickly, but James Corden, like he probably has people.
Yeah, James Corden is getting a lot of flack right now. Like there's a whole ass petition to get him not in
Wicked
movie.
I'd sign that.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it.
I have signed.
Have you really?
Yeah.
I should find it and do that.
Wicked is too important to me for that. And, like if he's in it, I will not watch.
No. So yeah, actually I would love to get in a Twitter feud. Also maybe, I mean, as much as we love not having hate comments, maybe like some more funny hate comments.
Yeah. I mean,
that's a bad thing to wish because it really does like hurt. But
yeah.
I'd love to see a reappearance from Shartman.
He's left us for a bit. Has been a bit quiet. The haters get quiet when success happens. Because he really hasn't like said anything since Fear Street videos came out. So Shardy, where you at?
Oh my God, I don't know how I could forget about him.
Is that it?
I think that's it for our 2 years. I feel a little tipsy. I think I have not eaten dinner and I had like the smallest lunch ever. So even just a little bit. So, and my dad still hasn't texted me. So I'm like, is that to say that we're going for dinner?
Do you want more?
No, that's okay. Because in case I am leaving, I need to be functional. But yeah, that's it. 2 years. I'm so proud of us.
Me too.
There truly is. I know, like I've said it before, and like we've said it to each other, but like there really isn't anyone else that I would want to do a podcast with. Like I think a lot of people outside of it don't realize how much work it is. Like when you think, oh, you just watch a movie and then you talk about it, but it's like genuinely a lot of work behind the scenes, and it's like a lot of dedication and trust in the other person. And I just truly, there's not a single other person in my life that I could trust this with as much as I can like trust and rely on you. So yeah, I love it.
I love you.
I LYLAS.
I LYLAS you. And yeah, I just am so glad that we have this thing that like marks our friendship and also has like benefited our friendship and like progressed our friendship and made us like closer,
like platonic life partners.
Yeah. And I'm so grateful for this show and everybody who listens and all the new family members that we have amassed this year, everything that is awaiting us in the year to come. So thank you so much for listening, and we will be back next week with a episode about Euphoria season 1, like a recap, or are we just skipping?
I thought, is it Don't Look Up?
Oh, bitch, you're right. My bad.
I think it's Don't Look Up next week, and then we have like a Euphoria kind of discussion on the first episode and what we are expecting heading into season 2. And then after that point, like second week of January, Euphoria coverage starts. And I'm assuming, I don't think I've seen the episode list. I would assume it's somewhere probably around like 7 to 9-ish episodes again. So for then the next like 2 months-ish into the new year is going to be exclusively Euphoria coverage. So which I'm so fucking excited for. And I was thinking about, like, I remember I just started watching this show on a whim because it started after Big Little Lies. So I remember like it came on right after and I was more just like, I don't really feel like getting up yet, so I'm going to start watching this show. And then I started watching it and I was like, literally, what is this?
Yeah, I remember seeing promos for it on Instagram and stuff, and I was like, damn, Zendaya, like, looks like this is going to be a serious thing. And then it definitely, like, the promos looked intriguing, and I was like, I definitely want to check this out. And then watching it with you, because we watched, like, all the episodes. You rewatched them all.
With you,
yeah. And then after watching it, I was like, I want to like listen to podcasts about this.
And there was like none.
Well, and at the time I was like driving really long distances between Iowa and De Pere, so that's like a 5-hour drive. And I was like trying to listen to film podcasts. I like when I'm obsessed with something, I like to like listen to other people talk about it. What I was obsessed with was film and television, and this was before we had the podcast, obviously. And I just noticed a real lack of women talking about film and television exclusively. You know, like there's a lot of podcasts where two girlies just banter and amazing. I don't think those types of podcasts ever get old. I mean, I think I'm like the target audience for those types of podcasts. But anyways, I just noticed like a gap in something that Michaela and I could fill. And she was the first person that came to mind. And I was like, we should do a podcast together where we talk about film and television. And I would love to talk about Euphoria because I was listening to two men talk about Euphoria, like two middle-aged men. And granted, they were originally a Game of Thrones podcast. And then when Game of Thrones ended, they transitioned into other content. But like hearing two middle-aged men talk about Euphoria just felt weird. And it was like, this is not who I want to hear talking about this.
You're not like anywhere near that age range or anywhere close to the experiences that these characters are having.
Right. And they just like missed a lot of like really important things that I felt like you and I had talked about in our discussions about it. And so that's honestly like where the podcast like idea was born. And then we, on my way home from that trip, we like talked about it. And I know we've talked about this in our 1-year anniversary episode, but moral of the story, I'm just grateful for this show and for you guys.
Yeah.
All the girlies and the gays and the theys and the boys.
Yeah.
Fucking LYLAS.
Yeah, I fucking LYLAS too. And this has been like a good thing, especially with the pandemic, to like keep us having something, like one stable thing in our world, basically. And something to always feel like we're at least connecting every single week to connect with another person. Like that's really nice. And, oh, I just love it. I love this podcast.
Me too. It just genuinely brings me so much joy and makes me so happy.
Yeah.
And just talking about film is like what we love.
Agreed.
It'll never get old for me.
Fucking LYLAS.
Talking about film with you.
Yeah, agreed. Fucking LYLAS.
Fucking bitch, what are you doing?
Ripping up the cork.
Okay, that's a sign that we need to fucking sign off. Also, highlight of the year was seeing Harry Styles. That's not related to the podcast, but literally that was
fucking God.
Peak of this year and peak of my life, and I can't end this episode without saying
that was a spiritual experience. Jesus was in that room.
I felt God in the Pfizer room.
Oh my God. Night. It was the greatest night ever. And next time I'm going into credit card debt to get Pit.
I can't like think too hard about that because I genuinely am scared that was like our peak and nothing will ever top.
Yeah. We looked hot. The night was great. Our dinner was great. Our hotel was great.
My buzz was fucking perfect.
We were,
all
yes,
night.
yes, 100%. We were the right amount of tipsy. I just want to relive it so badly. I cannot believe that one of our friends just straight up did not go. I mean, I know she had to work and that was out of her hands, but we couldn't sugarcoat it. When she was like, how was it? I'm like, I'm not going to lie to you because I can't. It was phenomenal. It was fucking great. Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah, for Don't Look Up.
Yay!
LYLAS.
Jennifer Lawrence's triumphant return to Hollywood, baby.
So fucking excited.
Me too.
I cannot wait.
LYLAS.
Yes, LYLAS to Jennifer and Jennifer only. Just kidding, to all of you too.